Hi there, friends. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I am Sahara, the borderline millennial, and this year in 2026, I am trying to be in my homebody era. I am doing a lot of content that revolves around hobbies and home and habits. And in the last video, if you haven't watched it yet, I'll put the little link up here somewhere, and it's also going to be in the description below. But in that video, we spent a whole hour together body doubling while we reset and cleaned my office. And now that it is all clean, it is time to do some fun stuff, which is decorating it. So for the most part, you can see that it is already decorated behind me. However, there is one blank space in my room that has just been kind of bugging me ever since we moved in here, and I want to address it. It's this. This whole closet area has been kind of a pain in the butt just because it is just lacking color. This is a rental, so I can't do a whole lot of stuff to this house yet, or else I would be ripping these closet doors out and making an entire new system here. But because I can't do any of that, I pretty much just have to work with the space that I have and find renter-friendly ways to make this look a lot better. So one of my biggest complaints about this whole area of the wall is that it's just so boring. However, because it is all closet and cupboard space, there just isn't a lot of things for me to do on this wall because I can't really hammer in or nail in too much stuff to here because it's going to just damage the closet doors like I would a normal wall. And because these slide together like this, and like one is always going to be behind the other, I can pretty much only put something flat on this one. And then maybe I can do something fun here because this is the one that sticks out. And that's actually what we're going to be doing today. So if you saw my first video of the year, I do talk about kind of my goals for the year and my word of the year. And this year, that word is discipline. Every single aspect of my life this year, I want to think of the word discipline. But when I think of that word, I also think of another word, and that is productivity. And so what that means to me, being a very type A person who likes organization, who likes systems, who likes having physical and digital reminders of routines and plans and different things like that. So I've decided to make that first section on the right-hand side that sticks out of my closet my productivity wall. What the heck does that mean? I'm going to explain it to you right now. All right, so walk with me here. Imagine this. This is the space that we have to work with. It's the right side of the closet door. It's the one that sticks out, so I can pretty much put anything on here, even if it sticks forward, and that's okay. So what I'm envisioning for this productivity wall is basically all of the things that help me stay on track to create routines, to stay disciplined this year, and to just be my most productive self. Now, some of those items look like maybe a cork board here. I do have a cork board that I plan on using that I've had for a couple of years already. So I'm going to be putting a cork board here so I can leave memos, notes to myself, any important documents that I feel like I need to see every day. I also want to put in a whiteboard, and I'm still trying to figure out the exact layout. So whatever I'm putting on the screen right now just might not be what ends up happening. Then I want to have another like whiteboard calendar here where it's just a strip that I have. It's got like Sunday through Saturday, so I can write any of the daily priorities there and that are interchangeable. Then I also have a fun little like lettering board, kind of like a billboard type style. You've seen them before. I'll put an image up here so you know. I want to do that maybe on the side. So that way I can just have little notes to myself, little mantras, little reminders, because one of the things that I do focus on are like words of affirmation, mantras, reminders, things like that I can subconsciously see every day so I can kind of continue to foster a positive mindset that will help me become more disciplined even in my subconscious thoughts. I also have another cork board that I can add maybe here at the bottom. I do have a little file folder, not even a file folder, but it's just a little tray that I can place in files of paperwork so I can keep any mail that I need to go through. It's tax season's coming up right now. I've already finished my LLC taxes and I need to do my personal taxes. So just like a little place where I can keep all of my forms that are out and visible to me so that I can remember to use them and I know exactly where they are. And then outside of the productivity items that I want to place on this closet door are obviously some aesthetic items. I did get 2 command shelves that I'm probably going to put probably one at the top and maybe one kind of in the lower third area that I plan to put some pictures, some little trinkets, just some little things that are lightweight but will stay on here as decorative elements just to make this look prettier. Because one thing that I do feel like this side of my wall is lacking, that no other side of my walls are lacking in this office, is color. It's just white and touches of silver at the top, and it is just so boring to me. And it's usually going to be my background when I'm on meetings, because directly opposite of this wall is a window, and so I get a lot of really great natural lighting in, and I'm honestly always filming this direction. So I just want to make sure that there's something visually appealing here. So I do have those command like floating shelves that I can add onto this wall for some more pops of color. And then I also grabbed a couple of olive colored hooks that I can add on here in case I want to hang a scarf for some color, or a bandana, just something to add some more texture and colorful elements. And on that same note, I also grabbed some spring hooks that I can add too, so I can clip on some Polaroids, because I do have a regular Polaroid camera that like you take a picture and it comes out with an image immediately. And then I also have like a digital Polaroid camera where I can connect it to my phone and print images that I've taken on my phone through a Polaroid type lens. So I have those so I can put little pops of color and put photos of like me, my friends, my family, just whatever I want really, to add, again, some more pops of color to just make this whole closet a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more fun. Okay, so now that I've walked you through my vision of this, I want to show you all the items that I have already on hand and show you the first draft of the layout that I'm looking at. First, we need to understand that I'm only today going to be working on this right-hand side. This side is about 38 inches wide by about 68 inches tall. So I've got that to work with. And I've laid out those measurements on my carpet here, and I've started already putting some of the items down in areas that I think I would like them back on the closet. So let me just walk you through those. I have this clear command strip container that, honestly, most of these things I did get at Target, sorry. But I have this, and I plan on maybe putting snacks in here like they show in the image, but probably just putting like some pens and markers for the whiteboard that I have. So that's going to be at like the top right corner. Then right below it is going to be this square whiteboard, super simple. Then on the left, a little bit lower so that I have room to put stuff on top, like picture frames, etc. I have those command picture ledges that I told you about. What's great about this, everything on here I can pretty much put on with command strips. The only thing that I'm concerned about is this corkboard, because it is a little bit heavy. I just love this corkboard though. It's like the Magnolia Homes one from Target, and it's just so beautiful, but it is heavy. So I might just have to put that over here on this wall, because then I can actually use some screws. Then over here, this is that letterboard I was telling you about, where it's kind of like a marquee style. That's where I'm going to put a little mantra that I changed, or an affirmation. Below that is the Sunday through Saturday calendar whiteboard. And then we get into some of the hooks we have. So we have the olive hooks here. I want to do maybe one or two right here. They're so cute. I didn't know Command made these, and I love them. Then just down below on the left-hand side, I did place these olive clips here. However, these are going to be kind of interspersed throughout the entire wall. Then down here, this is that file holder I was telling you about. It just can go on with an adhesive here, so I can put papers, whatever else in here. Then I have the second picture ledge right here at the bottom, so this will kind of go in like the bottom third area with more pictures up top. And then this is the final corkboard that I have as well, and some more hooks. If this corkboard does not work on here, then I'm going to just put this one up there. I really hope this one does fit, because I like the shape of it. So it's just not all rectangles on this board. Okay, so now that I've shown you all the pieces that we're working with, we already have a mock layout. I think it's time to just dive right in and start placing everything onto the closet door. Oh, and this might be a good time that if you're not already subscribed, please do so. Like, what are you waiting for? We're doing fun stuff over here. I post a video like every couple of weeks, and it's just fun and cozy, and it's all about being in my 30s. So if that resonates with you, or if you just want to support me, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave me a comment saying, hey, what's up? Give me your ideas. And yeah, that's all. Okay, thank you. Got a snack. Ready. Okay, so I think I'm going to work top to bottom. Except I might start specifically with the picture ledges to make sure that I have enough room at the top of each of them to put some in there. All right, so I'm gonna start with this one first. Actually, a reminder, because I just read the back and they want you to do rubbing alcohol on the spots that you're gonna actually be sticking stuff to. So I'm gonna go get the rubbing alcohol real quick and I'll be right back. I do have the alcohol, the rubbing alcohol, and then I'm gonna put that on this little pad here. I'll put a good amount on. This, for some reason, reminds me of my childhood, because anytime I got a cut or a mark, whatever, because I was just a kid that played a lot of sports and I ran around outside and I fell a lot and we would just always have cuts. My dad would always be the one to clean up our cuts with this rubbing alcohol, and I just remember the smell and the burn of it, but ooh, I never had an infection though. Never. That is some strong smell. So I am thinking of putting this like kind of here. I'm just gonna wipe this down. Can I just wipe this whole thing? Yeah. My whole office is about to smell like rubbing alcohol right now. I should crack a window for sure. Ooh, okay, I'll just do the top half. Okay, the window is open, and now I'm gonna open this up. I love that this already comes with all the command strips that you need. Makes me really happy. Okay, I've put these all on now, and I just want to make sure I've got it in the right area before I take the sticky tape off. I think this is good. I don't think I'm going to have anything like that tall, and I don't want to like give up too much space. And then I can do my whiteboard here and that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. Okay, let's make sure I put this the right way. And I want it to go here. I definitely should have the leveler, but whatever. I like this. And it is really important to note that you should let these sit for a little while, like, I don't know, at least 30 minutes, but I probably try and wait a couple of hours just so the adhesive wears on before you put any weight on here so that it just really gets a good stick. Okay, now I've decided that I want to do this cork board here because I just think the other one's going to be too heavy, unfortunately. So we're going to put this right here, pretty much directly underneath. Just needed a little bit more space to work real quick. So for this one, I think I'm just going to do the top. Because it's pretty lightweight and I'm only going to be putting papers on here. I don't need to worry too much about like how much weight bearing this is. And I think even one of these command strips is like up to 10 pounds or something. So make sure that gets on there nice and secure. Okay, and these are the Velcro ones, which I really love. Okay, here we go. I have to say, I think this is going to look really good. Okay, now I think I want to move a little bit to this side and put up the whiteboard. Have this whiteboard here. So it was a regular strip that I actually cut in two vertically so that I can have a little bit on each side. So I've got half the strip right here and then the other half on this side. So now I'm going to take these off, and that's two. Okay. And now I'm going to stick this onto the closet. I think I'm going to try and line it up right here with this one. Now, obviously, for the most accuracy, you're going to want to use a leveler. However, I didn't feel like getting that. I don't care. I feel like I can eyeball it just fine, and it's not going to bother me if it's like slightly off. So sorry if it's slightly off and it bothers you. Okay. Nice. So that is pretty secure. And now I want to go ahead and put the little pen holder right on top. All right. So again, another Command brand pen holder. It's acrylic and clear. I guess you can use this for multiple different things. A lot of people, I guess, use it for snacks, but you can also use it for dish stuff. And I'm going to use it for whiteboard pens. So, yeah. This one did not come with the adhesive. Boo. But that's why I bought extra. Back to my little adhesive craft table. So I think I'm just going to use one for this one because that's all it needs. It's like pretty small. And I'm going to do this one straight across the top here. Or in the middle. I'll go in the middle. Peel that off and it's ready to go in the closet. Okay. Gonna set this right here. Kind of centered to that. And there we go. I like it. Make sure that is nice and flush to the wall. Okay, this is looking good. Honestly, it's making sense because I knew I needed to have the cork board and the whiteboard here kind of closer to the top so that I don't have to squat and bend to write something, but also so that I don't have to squat and bend to look at something because I'm pretty tall. I'm about 5'9" and some change, and I need things to be at eye level if I'm going to see it. If there's a note down here, I'm not going to see it, but if it's up here and up here, I'm going to look at it more often. All right, we're starting to get a little bit lower now, so now I need to decide what I want to put here, as this is kind of the last spot that is within my handwriting range where it's comfortable. And so I'm debating if I should put this one, which is the Sunday through Saturday whiteboard that has the days of the week, because I'm going to be writing on this, or if I want to put this little noting cork board on here with letters, so it's kind of a mantra. So not necessarily something that I'm going to be writing in. However, there are going to be words of affirmation on here that I do want to see and have in my eyesight. I think I'm going to put this off to the side and I'm going to prioritize the whiteboard here. What's nice is I've already used this before, so I'm just going to use these same adhesives and stick this onto the board. Okay, making sure Sunday's at the top and this is in the right order, I'm going to place this right here in the middle. Apply lots of pressure. And now I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. And I think that looks good. I'm really happy with how it's looking so far. And we pretty much have the top half done. So because I just finished the first half and we're moving on to the second half, that means it's time for another rubbing alcohol break. So let me get some of this on my little paper towel and wipe down the bottom half of my closet door. Now I don't plan on going this entirely low, not with anything that's going to be like productive per se, but I do think I might add in some pictures or some photographs here at the bottom, some kind of aesthetic items. Might as well clean the bottom of this because that was grimy. Ew. Maybe I should do a deep clean in my next video. All right, so while that's drying, the rubbing alcohol can set in, and I'm going to just prep this one just like I did for the last one. I think it's really awesome that Command is doing these other types of products rather than just strips, because I think it's a really great option for those of us who cannot afford to buy a house right now and we're just renting and we can't do a whole lot of modifications to the places that we're renting, but we can definitely customize it and personalize things. And that the fact that we can just put a nice adhesive on a closet door and instantly have a photo ledge to kind of zhuzh up the place and add some personality, I think is really awesome. So this is not sponsored. Obviously, I don't have enough followers for that. But I don't know. If Command ever sees this, I just want to let you know that I love these new products. And please continue to come out with more, because I think they have this picture ledge in black as well. But I would love to see kind of like a wood-toned one, like a wood grain. I think that would be awesome. They have some of their other hooks that are in other colors. Like they have a mauve. And I got the olive green set, which I'll show you in a little bit. But they're just really great. So because this one is on the left, I obviously want to go on the right so that it just looks better. Like I don't want it to look too uniform. I just want a little bit of variance. So I'm going to probably put this one, I think right about here. I think this works because then I can put the other board there and then it also won't get in the way of the handle. So let me do that. Oh, also speaking of handles, I want to know if there's a better way that I can modify these handles because I just hate them, but I want to like make them prettier. So if you have any ideas of how to modify renter friendly these little weird closet door handles, please let me know in the comments. Okay, here we go. Trying to grip both sides of this closet door for some leverage here. Okay, that's on there. Guys, you didn't tell me it was that off. Okay, I need to redo that one. And I tried pulling it off and it already pulled off some tape, so. Whatever, I feel like they just like barely did anything. Okay, so let me try this again. I can hook those back on. This is honestly the reason why they give you extras, because you're gonna need it. Okay, round two. You can already tell where I messed up this little brown part here, but we're just gonna cover that up, okay? And I think I need to get down low. Oh, Jesus, I just had surgery on my knee, and this is not easy. But okay, now, straight. That feels straight. Heck of a lot straighter than it was last time, I'll tell you that. Okay, this feels better. Now you guys gotta tell me if it's straight this time, okay? Before I get too deep into this, please. And it doesn't have to be straight. I told you, it doesn't have to be straight, but it can't be like 45-degree angle. All right, let that sit. That looks a whole lot better. Okay, so now we're gonna go with this little board, and I'm gonna place this, I think I am gonna place it just below here. Okay, so I did use one of the long command strips and I cut it in half horizontally this time and put it on either side because this one does have a little bit more weight to it. So I just wanted to make sure it was very secure, but I also didn't want to waste two command strip sets, you know? So let's just get this on. All right. Ugh, God, I feel like I'm so old. I'm literally only 30, guys. This one's gonna go here. I have to say it is coming along beautifully. Like it looks in order, but it doesn't look cluttered, but it looks productive. And I am so happy. Now I just have a couple things left to put on. I have this little pucket thing that I want to put on. And then I also need to start adding these hooks in. So maybe I'll start adding a couple of hooks right now before we get too deep into stuff. So I think I'm going to set these here to maybe hang a couple items. And then I can put this on this side. We'll see. Okay, tell me these aren't the cutest command hooks you've ever seen. Like, hold on, let me get the sunlight effect, okay? Because I want you to really see how these are. Like, look at that color. They look so good. Like, they're this olive green with a gold hook. I love it so much. All right, now I just need to figure out where they go. And actually, I think I should do 4. And I should go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just like let these be cute hooks. And maybe I can hook like felt ornaments that I make on there, little plushies, like anything super cute. Oh my god, that's such a good idea. Okay. Too cute. Too cute. One in. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to do it on the right side now. You can already see where they had stuck stuff on here before and just painted over, so I know that this is fine. I need them to be roughly equidistant. Oh. Maybe here and here. Okay, I'm still going to put this one here. And then this one's going to go right here in the middle. And while we're down here, we might as well put up the last piece that I plan on putting up today, and that's this little, like, cubby. Okay. Again, for this one, I used the Velcro command strip. I already had half of it on from when I had it at my apartment, and now that we're in the house, I just added the new Velcro piece, so it'll stick to the closet. And now the last piece that I want to do is add some of these cute little clips for photos. And I think I want to do definitely like a strip around here. I might add a couple like around. I'm not really sure. So I think we're going to just play around and see where these look best. But again, aren't these just the most gorgeous clips you've ever seen? Wow. Oh, Jesus. There's something kind of therapeutic about putting all these on there, honestly. It's just very peaceful, simple. I feel like sometimes life can get so complicated that you just crave simplicity and something easy. And I honestly think that's why the idea of analog lifestyle is like at the forefront right now, at least for my FYP and like the community that I'm a part of. I just feel like everybody is so tired of everything being so complicated. The state of the world, especially here in the United States, is just ridiculous, and it's scary and it's sad. And then we are working all day. We have our face and our nose in the computers. When we're not on our computers, we're on our phones looking at something else. And like, you just want simplicity sometimes. Like, we are just constantly downloading data onto our minds, onto our computers. We just have so much going on. Everything is so complicated, so complex that I think my generation specifically, I'm borderline millennial, so I teeter on the end of being a very young millennial, but also like an older Gen Z. And I feel like our generation is just tired of all the noise, and we are reverting back to like grandma lifestyle, like analog things such as like knitting and crochet and sticker books and scrapbooking and all of these things that are tech minimum. And it's just really great. And so that's what doing these little clips just reminded me of, just like the simple things in life that just don't take too much thought, and you can just accomplish it. You feel like you've marked something off of your to-do list, and you just feel good and you just feel calm because you're not being overstimulated by so much digital media and digital things. You're just in your analog life. So yeah, that was my little chit chat on analog life. Let's put these up now. All right, so here's kind of example of something that I would put here on this picture ledge. Okay, so because that's there, we don't really have a lot of room to work with here. So I think maybe I could decorate this with some photos and this as well. I think that could be fun. And maybe even something here, or definitely like a couple on here. So I think rather than sticking these clips on the closet itself, I think it will be advantageous for me to decorate the elements so that it's not so white and boring. So as a reminder, this is what we started with, this blank closet door. And this is what we have now. Yeah, take it in. It looks so good. It is so much better to have something visually appealing on here, and I couldn't be happier. But now it does make me feel like I need to add something here. So maybe I'll just figure out what I want to add to this one to make it just look prettier. Maybe it's some wallpaper. Ooh. Hold on. I just remembered that I have this contact wallpaper. It's like contact paper that you use for your drawers, but you can also use it for your walls. And I think I want to try and see what this would look like on the other closet door. So it adds like a pop of color. It's like a statement piece. And then I think it would just not make the space overwhelming, because I had thought about using these for both of the doors of the closet, but I was like, that might just be too much. However, I think if I just do it on one door, it'll perfectly complement what we just did on the right side door. Let's just try this out. Let's just go crazy. Why not? Okay, I was trying to finagle the process, and I feel like I got it in a good place. I didn't show you the full process because it was kind of a mess, but I want to show you what it looks like with the wallpaper. Ta-da! Oh my god. I love it. It is such a statement. And then when I pull this to the side, it still looks good. Even if the closet door is open, you can see my jackets here, but it just looks so good. I think it's fun. Okay, so let me decorate this real quick, and then I'll show you the final. I realized a little bit too late that I should be recording the process of me decorating my closet door, so I'm sorry I did not film me decorating. However, I do have the finished product, and I'm so ready to show you. And here we are! Oh my god, it looks so fun, so colorful, so much better than just absolutely nothing on here. This feels like it's so me. I love this area. I could even stick Polaroids on there if I really feel like it. And then, of course, this is all set up with some of my favorite art. One thing I love to do when I travel is collect art. So we got this from, I think this one's from Alaska or Big Bear. No. This one's from my mom. I think she got this in Tahoe for me. This one is some of our art from a local artist in New Orleans. I always love to collect postcards whenever I go anywhere, whether it's museums like the Basquiat Museum that we went to, some artwork of this stencil bear. It's so cute. I love bears. Bears are my spirit animal. I also put the markers in here. I need to get an eraser so I can have a nice eraser set up for here. This one I got when I went to Salem a couple years ago during Halloween time. Then over here we have the cork board, which has Arjuna's coupon for a cozy movie night, the book I'm currently reading for my 2026 TBR challenge, my super cash for Old Navy, 2 pieces of artwork that I got, I think at the Langham Museum in Pasadena. Then I have my loader board, and I put this quote on there that says, "Your life is as good as your mindset," because I truly believe in that. Then over here on the second picture ledge, we have 2 books, both from my mom, The Little Frog's Guide to Self-Care and The Little Frog's Guide to Life, as well as another picture from the same artist in New Orleans. Then down here, we have the little cubby, and then on the left-hand side, we have a postcard that I got when I was in Sweden, and on the right-hand side, we have a postcard from the House of the Seven Gables. And then I didn't really have anything cute to hang on the hook, but I did just get this new Barnes & Noble bag for spring, and I thought that would look so good there. We have officially completed the decor of my office. This was the biggest area that I just had no idea what to do with, and I really want to thank you for coming along with me, figuring this out together. and I'm just really proud of what we've accomplished. So thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to like this video because that really helps out my channel. And then also subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your friends, share it with your friends, share the link, whatever. And then leave me a comment and tell me what you think of this and maybe what you think we should add to this other side, if anything. So thank you again so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.